We are going to start by rolling our shoulders. So deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Getting us moving as much as we can through those shoulders. Big circles. Really getting the joint going. Now we're going to change direction off the way. Three, two, one. Okay, drop the head, big circle, all the way around. When you get to the front, change direction, bring it back. All the way to front and all the way back. Three, two, and one. Okay, hands on the hip, feet shoulder width apart, and again, big circle. You get to the front, change direction, bring it back. Nice movements the whole way through the hip. Okay, one more each direction. Okay, next one, we're going to bring our feet together, bend the knees, keep the back straight. Again, little circle, all the way around, all the way back. One more each direction. Okay, standing back up, last one, out onto the toe. Again, little circle, and all the way back. One more each side. Onto the opposite side. And little circles each way. Moving through that ankle. Three, two, and one. Okay, we're going to bring our feet just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Both my arrows are going to lean to one side and lean to the other. We're slowly coming down into a squat as we do this. Open up the inside of the hips, our inner thighs. So we are coming down as we do this, keeping our back straight. So if you get to a point where you're starting to go forward, just stay up at this point. If you can go lower, go lower. And you're getting as low as you can. We're going to put our elbows in between, keep our back straight as well, so it's like a yoga squat. So our back is straight. Pushing our elbows into our knees and opening up the inside of the hip again. So again, if you're a little bit higher, don't worry about it. Focus on keeping the back straight here. From there, maybe fall out himself. We're going to come down to the side of the legs. So we want to be lengthways on our mat. We want to be leaning on the inside of our thigh muscles. So we don't want to be on our knee, because if you're on a knee, it'll put pressure on the knee. And what we're going to do is I'm going to rock back and forward like this. So if you're on the inside of your thigh muscle, this should be all right. If you're on the knees, it might cause a bit of pain. We want to focus on being on the inside of that muscle. And again, keeping our back straight, just rocking back as far as we can, and forward again. Four, three, two, and one. Walk those knees in. We want to come into our box position. We want a straight line from our shoulder to our wrist and a straight line from our knee to our hip. And we're going to roll our shoulders back and roll them forward. As much movement here as we can through this. Breathing through each one. As much movement as we can. Four, three, two, and one. From there, we are going to tuck the hips, drop the head, lifting the back up as high as you can. And coming back and looking up, dropping the hips, looking up. So into our cat cow. I'm going to exhale, lift up as high as you can, drop that head. Inhale, come back, looking up, dropping the back. All the way up again. And back down. Imagine there's a string in the middle of your back, pulling you all the way up. And come down again. Four, three, two, and last one. And back. Okay. I'm going to flip over onto our back now. We're going to do some glute work. We're going to activate the glutes first, and then we're going to work into the glutes. So, lying flat on the mat. Our shoulders are back and down. Our core is nice and tight. So remember, we're pulling like we're pulling on those skinny jeans. So pulling in. So our back should be pressed into the mat. And what you're going to do is you're just going to squeeze your glutes. So squeeze them. Tense them and release. Tense them and release. We're going to get them activated. We're doing this first. Then we're going to do some exercises with them. So breathing for each one. We exhale as we squeeze. Inhale as we let go. Exhale as we squeeze. Inhale as we let go. Four, three, two, one. We're going to swap side to side. So you're going to go left, right, right. So squeeze one and the other, one and the other. Making them move. Again, keeping that core nice and tight. We're only getting the glutes moving here. Squeezing those muscles. These like to go to sleep, so we're making sure they're awake. Four, three, 2, and 1. Okay, from there, I'm going to plant our feet. Again, we want to make sure our belly button's down into the mat. And we're going to tilt our hips. And from there, we're going to plant the feet and squeeze up into a glute bridge really slowly, lifting through the glutes and not through the hips. And we're going to come back down. So imagine as you're doing this, you are peeling each individual vertebrae up off the mat as you do it, all the way up. And you come back all the way back down. Using those glutes, push yourself up, gradually peeling each one of those vertebrae up and all the way back down. We're going to do 4, 3, 2, and one last one, all the way up, and back down. Okay, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. So in a little frog sound, so soles of feet are pressed together, and we're going to squeeze up into that glute bridge and back down again, up and back down. Squeeze up and lower. Then we're using those glutes to lift up, push the feet together, squeeze up. It'll help engage your glutes more if you push those feet together as you come up. Engage, lift, and lower. Four, 3, 2, and one last one, up and back down. Okay, we're going to come on to our side. The last little bit here for the glutes. You can rest your hand or rest your head on your lower hand and your bottom hand. Knees are bent and ankles and knees are stacked on top of each other. And exhale, lift up as high as we can. Inhale and lower. Without rotating, so we don't want to be coming all the way up here and around. We're keeping ourselves flat and we're just lifting up as high as we can. And we're going to slowly lower. Exhale up. Inhale back down. So breathing through each one here again, just getting as high as we can without rotating. You really don't want to rotate those hips. 4, 3, 2, and last one. And down. Okay, we're going to flip onto the opposite side. Again, rest your head on that bottom arm, bending the knees, ankles and knees are stacked together, lift up, and slowly lower. Keeping those ankles in contact the whole time, and we're not rotating either. So exhale up, and inhale lower. Breathing through each one. Again, we don't want to rotate, as I said before. 4, 3, 2, and last one, all the way up, and back down. Okay, we are going to sit up. So legs are out in front of us, shoulders are back. Put your hands behind your back for support if you want to. We're going to start by pointing your toes and bringing them back towards us. So point your toes forward and bring them back. So moving those ankles, helping with draining fluid as well. You might find when you pull your toes back, you get a stretch in your calves as well. I know I do. A really simple little exercise. Point and back. Point as far as we can and put back as far as we can as well. Four, 3, 2, and 1. From there, let's go out and back. So feet out as far as you can and come back in. Rotations, moving through the joints. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from there you're going to bring one leg into your inner thigh. So your sole of your foot is into your inner thigh. Put the leg straight out. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, just come down and stretching over that leg without stretch. If you can reach your toe, great, without bending your knee. If not, don't worry, just let it stretch out into it. We don't want to force the stretch, we just want to gently open up that hamstring muscle, which is the back of our leg. We're breathing through it all the time. Every time you exhale, see if you can go a little bit further down your leg. Maybe you can grip your foot. Pull it towards you a bit. If you can't, don't worry. Just say where it's comfortable for you. Three, 2, 1. Coming up. We're going to swap to the opposite side. So bring that foot in, into the inner thigh. We're going to sit tall and exhale and fold forward just as far as we can. Again, you might find one side is tighter than the other. That's completely normal. And every time you exhale, if you can go a little further, do. Three, 2, 1, and come back up. So in that position, I'm just going to scoot around here. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our arms to shoulder height, and we're just going to do little circles here. So before you start, make sure your shoulders are back and down. So we pinch our shoulders down into our back pockets. Just going to do little circles. We're going to change direction opposite way. And we're going to pop them up and down. Again, don't let those shoulders rise. Keep those in our back pockets. We're trying to use the muscles in our shoulders. And we're going to hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Shake it. Alright, bring one arm across the body, hook in. So make sure you're not in the elbow, so either before the elbow or after the elbow. We're just going to hook in, just pull in towards yourself. So just open up the back of that shoulder. Let it go, swap it over. Again, just open up the back of that shoulder. And down. We're going to bring one arm up, back of the head, and you're going to press down on the elbow, keeping your head up. So just press down as much as you can. Again, we want to keep our head up. So if you're pushing your head forward, lift back up, maybe bring your head, the stretch back a little bit. Let it go and swap it over to the opposite side. Three, two, one, and let it go. Okay, we're going to bring our feet in. Bring the soles of our feet together again. So just getting your knees as low as you can to the ground. So we will feel a little stretch in the inner thigh again. So I'm going to inhale. Exhale, just come as far forward as you can over that. You can reach your hands forward if you need to, or you can keep your hands at your feet, whichever is more comfortable for you. We're just going to hold it there for a second. And back up. Okay, from there, what we're going to do is we're going to like your knees up and down. So like a little butterfly. So we're moving those joints. I find it's a bit weird, not something we're used to doing, but keep going. Making sure our back is straight as well the whole time. We're not bending over ourselves for this one. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to come over onto our front. So face down. We're going to bring our hands out in front of us. And our legs are out straight. And we're going to exhale, lift the opposite hand and opposite leg and swap it over. We're using that glute to lift. And using the arm shoulder to lift as well. So breathe through each one. Exhale to lift. Inhale to come down. Four, 3, 2, and 1. From there, you have your hands by your temple, hand by your side, or hands out in front of you. We're just going to lift up just the back and back down. Keeping the toes in contact with the mat here. We're going to exhale, lift up as high as we can. Inhale, lower. Breathing through each one. Four, three, two, and one. Okay, from there, what you're going to try and do is lift one of your feet, hook it with the hand, and then just pull as close to your bum as you can. If you're far back, don't worry, but just try and get as close to bum as you can. We're going to stretch out the quad a little bit. Just pulling that right into your bum as much as you can. Let it go. We'll swap it over to the opposite side. And let it go. So what we're going to do is you're going to take your opposite hand, try and reach across to the opposite quad if you can. If you can't, don't worry. Stay on the same side. So see if we can get another little bit of a stretch here. Just going to cross the body. And if you can't, don't worry. And let it go. And swap to the opposite side. Again, do not worry. You can stay on the same side if you can't reach. And let it go. From there, we're going to get hands either side of the body, so about chest height. We're going to inhale, exhale, and just press up as high as you can and look up towards the ceiling. You're going to lower it back down. And once more, press all the way up. Looking up towards the ceiling. From there, we're going to come up and sit back onto the heels into a child's pose. So, sitting onto the heels, pulling the hands forward. I'm just going to hold it there. You can walk the hands over one side. I'm going to make it a bit harder. Pull the hands away from you, pull the ground. Back to center. We'll walk to the opposite side. And back to center. We're going to come up onto the knees. I'm going to bring one leg forward and one leg back. I'm going to squeeze that glute from behind. I'm going to gently push ourselves forward over that knee, over that toe, and back off it. So keep nice, strong, stable here. Just bring your knee as far over the toe as you can keep your foot stable. So if you are coming over your toe but you're up like that, you don't want to be doing that. You want to keep your foot flat on the mat. So if that means you're here, that's fine. The more we push that foot forward or that knee forward, the more you'll open up the hip. Squeeze through. And back. Make sure as well we're keeping that glute engaged at the back because it'll help you open up the front of the hip more. 3, 2, and the last one. And back. Okay, up to the opposite side. Again, plant that foot, squeeze your glute from behind. Nice and strong, and push forward and back off it. With these, you might find one is tighter than the other. That's okay, that's completely normal. Squeezing through, opening up that hip, the foot as far forward as we can, and back. You can go a little further each time, do. If you can't, don't worry. Focus here is opening the hip, not forcing anything. The best we can out of it. Four, three, two, and one. Bring it back to the knees into that box position. You're going to stand 1 foot back as far as we can, and you're going to try and push that heel towards the floor. Going to give the calf muscle a little stretch. Again, just bring that heel as far as you can towards the floor while staying in this position. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back and stop to the opposite side again, pushing that down as far as you can. Three, 2, 1. We are going to stand up. Going to interlock fingers behind the back. Locking those shoulders, pushing that chest as far forward as you can. Open up that chest just as much as you can. If you can lift a little bit higher, do. With each exhale, if you can't, don't worry. Interlock fingers, push those shoulder blades apart. Drop the head. From there, lift it up, pushing up towards the ceiling, as high as we can. Bring it over to one side. Back to center. And over to the opposite side. Back to center. Letting it go. And you know guys, well done. Great work this morning.